Welcome to my podcast, Learn Multi-Language with Eureka. Today's episode is about Japanese idioms. This is episode 1 in a series of 3. The name for idiom in Chinese is 成语. The name for idiom in Japanese is 四字熟語. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce you guys to some 成語 or 四字熟語 in both Chinese and Japanese. These idioms have the exact same meaning and people use it in the same situation in both languages. But, of course, since Japanese and Chinese are different languages, there are some tiny variations in both of the idioms. So, let's get started. The first idiom is 天衣无缝. The pronunciation in Japanese is 天衣無縫. So right away we can notice that the mu and wu, the third character in both of the idioms, are different. That's because the one in Japanese is in traditional Chinese. We can also see that the fourth character of the idiom is slightly different. This is because the 偏旁 of ito is slightly different from the Chinese 偏旁. Our next idiom is 大同小異 or 大同小異. What it means that the majority is similar, but there are some tiny details that are different. Again, we see here in Chinese the 異 and the Japanese 異 are slightly different. This is also because in Japanese, they use the traditional characters, while in Chinese, they use the simplified. And our last idiom of the day is 画龙点睛 or 画龍点睛 in Japanese. In this one, there are 3 characters that are different. The Chinese 画 and Japanese ga are different because the little vertical line at the middle sticks up in the Japanese while it doesn't in the Chinese. The Chinese long and Japanese ryo are different in this case as well. This time it's not because of traditional characters, but rather because Japanese uses a different word entirely than Chinese. The Chinese dian and Japanese ten are the same, but the fourth character, jing, in Chinese and the fourth character, sei, in Japanese are different. The 2 horizontal lines in Chinese turn into 1 horizontal line and 1 vertical line in Japanese. Despite these tiny differences, the meaning of the word remains the same. Isn't that cool? So these are some additional words that fall under the same category. The meaning is exactly the same, and the characters itself is really similar in both Chinese and Japanese. Unfortunately, I won't have time to explain all of these to you guys, but feel free to look at them on your own because they're all really interesting.